Alright, it's a video for 1HT about exercise 1, 2, 3 and 4 from the practice test. I'm going to start with exercise 1. It says here 2 times 6p plus 4 times 5p. Now you learned that first you have to multiply, so we're going to do 2 times 6p, that's 12p. And then we're going to do a plus here, and then 5 times 4 is 20p. Now the letters are the same, so you can add it, and then you have 32p. Question B. Here we don't have times, it's all plus and minus. So we don't have to do times first, we can just add everything. Now you can't add 2 and 6p because this has a letter and this does not. So we can add the 2 and the 4. If you add 2 and 4 you have 6. And if you add 6p and 5p you have 11p. And that's the answer here. Question C. Here we have to do times first again. So we're going to do minus 5p times 3q. Minus 5 times 3 is minus 15, and then we have pq. I'm going to write down this plus over here, and then we're going to multiply this. 8 times minus 1 is minus 8, and then p times q is pq. So here we have minus 15pq plus minus 8pq. So when you add them, you have minus 23pq. With exercise D, it's just plus and minus again, so we're going to go from the left to the right. Here I see minus 5p. Now I cannot add plus 3q, so I'm going to skip that. But I can add plus 5p because you have the same letter. Minus 5 plus 8 is 3, so this is going to be 3p. And then 3q minus 1q is 2q. So this is the answer for 1D. Now I'm going to move on to exercise 2. Here we don't have any letters. It's just something that you have to calculate, so it has an answer. So you could also type this into your calculator if you do that correct. I'm going to show you without a calculator what you get. Here we have 4 squared. 4 squared is 16 and there's a minus in front of it, so it's going to be minus 16. Then there's a minus here. And now something different happens because this minus 3 is in brackets and squared. That means that this is minus 3 times minus 3. Well, negative times negative is positive. So the outcome of the brackets is 9. But there is a minus here, so it's going to be minus 9 anyway. So the answer here is minus 25. Exercise B. You have to calculate what's in the brackets first. So it says minus 5 times 3. Minus 5 times 3 is minus 15 in brackets squared. So if it's in brackets and then squared, then it's minus 15 times minus 15, so that's 225. Now one extra thing I'd like to show you. If the minus 15 was not in brackets, so like this, then the squared goes before the minus. So here the answer would have been minus 225. Because first you have to do 15 squared and then minus. But here the minus is in the brackets, so then it's negative times negative is positive. Exercise C. Here we have minus 9 squared. So that's going to be 81 divided by minus 3 to the power of 3. So that's minus 3 times minus 3, that's 9. But then times minus 3, so that's minus 27. So then you want to know how many times does this fit in that. If there were no minus here, the answer would have been 3. But there is a minus, so now the answer is minus 3. And that's the answer for 2C. Moving on to exercise 3. Here we have brackets that we need to work out. 4 times a plus 3b. So we're going to do 4 times a, that's 4a. And we're going to do 4 times 3b, that's 12b. So this is how that exercise works, and then we're done already. Moving on to exercise B here. We have to do the brackets first, so I'm just going to copy the 10a. So I'm going to write down 10a, and then it says here, well, I'm going to use the minus in the calculation actually. Now we have to do minus 3 times 2a, so that's minus 6a. And then we have to do minus 3 times minus 7, so that's plus 21. And then we can see if we can factor or simplify this a bit. We can, because we can add these two. 10a minus 6a is 4a. So 4a plus 21 is the answer for exercise 3b. Moving on to exercise 4, the final exercise for this video. We need to write these numbers down in the scientific notation and round off the first number to 2 decimal places. So this is how that works. The first digit I see is a 3. So I'm going to write down 3.78. right? 2 decimal places. Then you write down times 10, and then you have to count how many places the point moved. So it was over here, so it moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 places. So you're going to write down a 9 there. So it's 3.78 times 10 to the power of 9. Moving on to exercise B, there we have 27,310,000. So if you want to write this down the scientific notation, the first digit we see is a 2, so 2.73, and then times 10, and then we have to count how many places the point moved. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you write down a 7 here. If you talk about very small numbers, so numbers with 0.000, this number over here is going to be negative. So let me show you how this works. The first digit that we see that is not 0 is a 5. So I'm going to write down 5.43 times 10. And now we count how many places the point moved. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it moved in the other direction, so it's going to be minus 6 here at the power. And then this one, here we have the first digit we see from the left to the right is a 1. The digit that's not 0, because we're not going to use these zeros. So 1.25, we can ignore the 4, because we have to write it down on 2 decimal places, or to round it off to 2 decimal places. Times 10, and then we count 1, 2, 3, 4 places, so to the power of minus 4. Okay, so these were the answers for exercise 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have a different video for exercises 5 and 6, and another different video for exercise 7. Thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.